Warning: this series will contain terrible French pronunciation throughout. Bonjour, je m'appelle Fuddled Fox. In fact, I think that's enough French for now. It's about as much as my F in GCSE French can get me anyway. So welcome to Allez, or Rebuilding Marseille. So I've taken over the challenge of trying to bring Olympique de Marseille back to the top of French football and possibly even back to the top of European football. So Marseille are one of the most decorated clubs in French football history. They're the only French club to have won the Champions League, which was in 1993. They've won 9 league titles, which is the second highest total behind Saint-Étienne. Their best period coming between 1989 and 1992, when they won 4 titles in a row. They were then involved in a match-fixing scandal, which saw them being demoted to Ligue 2, which they then won in 1995. So they couldn't get promoted in 1995 due to the punishment had meted down on them. But they did get promoted in second place in 95-96 season and got back into Ligue 1. They last won Ligue 1 in 2009-2010 season. So they've gone quite a long time since they've won the title. And last season, they actually finished down in 13th place. So we take a little closer look at some other details of the club. So they were founded in 1899. Their fierce rivals are PSG, Olympique Lyonnais and Montpellier are their local rivals. They also have other rivals of Monaco, Nice, Saint-Étienne and a whole host of others, local rivals down there as well. Bordeaux as well are a competitive rival. Saint-Étienne, competitive rival as well. Their main derbies are the Sud Derby, which is versus Nice, and that will be today's live game, and the Classico Derby, also known as the Derby of France, against PSG. Famous players who have played for them: Jean-Pierre Papin, Basile Boli, 2 absolute legends at the club. Didier Drogba, before he signed for Chelsea, was at Marseille. Didier Deschamps both managed and played for Marseille. Chris Waddle also had a spell with Marseille. Frank Ribéry, Eric Cantona both played for the club as well. So some really good history there at this club, and hopefully a history that we can build on. Currently have 19,000 season ticket holders. If you look, the Stade Velodrome holds 67,354 people, so absolutely huge. I think it's just about the biggest club ground in France. Very good condition. It was renovated for Euro 2016. In terms of what the board expect from us this season, if we go to competitions, they expect us to achieve a mid-table position within Ligue 1 this season. The French FA Cup, they expect us to get to the quarter-final, and the same for the League Cup. So not huge expectations for us. I'd like to think the media prediction for us is 4th, and I'd like to think, yeah, we could match that media prediction. That would get us into the Europa League. Only the top 3 in France get into the Champions League at the moment. So yeah, 4th or 5th, be pretty happy with that. That would be a decent first season, I think. So taking a look at the transfers, I had a couple of youngsters go out on loan, so we don't need to worry about that. Biggest transfer has been Nuri Sahin. I only had £13 million to spend. Couldn't resist bringing this guy in from Dortmund. 6.75 million, I think, is a steal. Really good player for this level of football and to progress the club as well. I mean, passing of 18, vision of 16, perfect deep line playmaker. felt that we were a little bit heavy on playmakers at the club. I managed to bring in Samal, who is Mozambican, defensive midfielder, can play centre midfielder as well, ball winning midfielder. He's got really good attributes for that role. Good marking of 15, tackling of 15 as well. He's aggressive, brave, good teamwork, really good work rate. So really pleased to bring him in. He adds a bit of bite to a midfield that was really lacking a player of his capabilities. So looking at the squad, I'm also planning on bringing in a striker before the window closes. We're pretty light in that department. The only striker really we've got recognised striker would be Batafimbi Gomez on loan from Swansea, who's okay. He's actually declining quite a bit, but he's okay. He's not really my sort of player. Doesn't have particularly high work rate or much pace. He's more of a target man, but I think we can probably get some goals out of him this season. Doubt I'll be looking to bring him in at the end of the season, though. Do have a couple of bids out for players. As I say, I mean, by the time I'd bought in Sahin, there isn't a lot of money left. It's not going to be a stellar signing, but I think it's going to be somebody who adds to the group. So obviously, main man at Marseille is Dimitri Payet, East London's favourite boy. Really good player, though, whatever you think of him. 18 passing, 16 vision, playmaker type. I mean, it's got his best role down as inside forward, but I think probably he's going to be playing just behind the strikers for me. Try and get him into good position so we can use that passing and that vision, but also 16 dribbling. He's got a finishing of 15 as well. First touch of 15, long shots of 15. I think he can cause some damage in and around the opposition's box. Unlikely to be using wingers. If you watch my last save, then you'll know I'm not a big fan of wingers, so it's unlikely he'll be playing inside forward. Patrice Evra as well, our other 4-star player, on the decline now, particularly physically. Could do with a bit more pace, but what can you expect from a 35-year-old? Absolute legend for France and Manchester United, and I think he can do a good job in the French league for us. Very good mentally, still got some good technical attributes as well. So I don't want to go through every player here, but I want to pick a few. Morgan Sanson's a nice young 21-year-old French, not quite an international yet, under 21 international playmaker. See him probably as a successor to Payet going forwards. Try and give him plenty of game time. Quite quick with an acceleration of 15 as well. His passing can get better and he can get better mentally, but I think he will. I think he's got plenty of improvement to go. If you look at his star rating, he's 3-star at the moment, has a potential to go up to 4.5-star. On the other fullback position, going to be an important role for me. Got Haruki Saki, and he is going to be a good player for us, I think. Really high work rate. I like that in a fullback. Pretty quick with 16 pace, 14 acceleration. And he's got some decent technical attributes as well. We're blessed with a couple of decent young centre-backs. We've got Karim Rekic, Dutch international, or one cap for the Dutch team anyway. And he'll progress. He's 21 years old. I think he can get better, or he will get better. He can definitely improve mentally, but he's got some good technical attributes for the role. And physically, he's pretty good as well. I think the same really goes for Doria, 21-year-old Brazilian. He's got one cap as well for their national side. Again, good physically, and he can definitely improve on his mental and his technical attributes, and he's left-footed as well. He adds some balance to the back line. So that's just a brief overview of the squad. Obviously, we're going to get to know some of these players a bit better as time goes on. Tactics-wise, we're going to start off with the tactic that I was using in my previous save, so the 4-3-1-2. I do prefer narrow football. I don't really go in for wingers. We've got a few inside forwards in the squad, Cabela and Falvin, both former Newcastle players. I don't rate them very highly. Do have a couple of backup winger formations if we decide to use them. But this is what I'm certainly going to start with in the early matches, try and adapt it around the squad that we've got. So it's pretty straightforward back line. Fullbacks are really important. They're only on support, but they will push up the wings because there's no other wingers there to get forwards. They will get up and they will get into crossing positions. Then got a centre back and a defensive centre back. got the ball winner in midfield to harass the opposition, try and win the ball back. That'll be Samal's role. Deep line playmaker out on the left, Sahin will be in there. Possibly Sanson as well can cover for him. Pretty blessed in the deep line playmaker department. Then we've got an attacking centre midfielder who will bomb forwards, get up into these areas and cause problems for the opposition. Difficult player to track defensively for the opposition. As is the attacking midfielder, who will, on the attacking role, get up and create a free up front up here. Defensive forward, hopefully the striker that I get in will be able to play that role. He's going to cause problems for the opposition, particularly when they've got the ball. He's going to harass them, needs good work rate. So hopefully I can get a player in to match that, good determined player who can do that. Also then, when we've got the ball, he'll get into goal scoring positions, and it's surprising actually how many goals you can get from a defensive forward. And then right up top, advanced forward, trying to push back the back line, playing right on the shoulder of the last man, hopefully getting all the goals for us. Pretty simple team instructions at the moment: short passing, close down more, and preventing short goalkeeping distribution. The pre-season was pretty standard, not going to get too hung up about any results in there. We won some, we lost to Shakhtar and we lost to Austria Wien early on. The first game that I'm going to do as a live comm is actually going to be the Nice game. So I'm going to play these 3 games off camera. Next thing you're going to see is some highlights from those games, or the goals from those games anyway. And I will be back to take on Mario Balotelli's Nice in the Sud Derby. Welcome back. So as you've just seen, we've made a positive start to the season. The Guingamp game, really disappointing when we were 3-1 up in that one. We should have seen that result out. Toulouse and Lorient, we struggled a little bit against them, but we got the goals. Absolute worldie by Payet. And we go into the Nice game away from home. I'm fairly positive about it. I think we can get a result there. There has been a signing. I brought in the striker that I wanted to. Aaron Johansson, signed from Werder Bremen for 4.9 million. He played 2 appearances so far. He's actually got injured for 2 weeks, so he won't feature in this game. It says his best role is poacher or advanced forward. Possibly be paying. He has not got a high rating for defensive forward, but I think he can probably just about do the role. We'll see how he gets on in that role. If not, I'll tweak the roles around a little bit in the side. He's a good finisher, good first touch as well. Pretty decent mentally and physically. He's okay. American international, 19 caps and 4 goals. Say he's not a world beater, but I think at this level of football in France, I think he can get some decent goals. and I just needed a player in. I needed somebody just to almost add to the numbers of the squad, but who could do a job as well. And I think he can do that. So the team today is Pele in goal. We've got Sake on the right fullback position. Doria and Rekic are the two centre backs. Evra is our left fullback. Van Quea is playing attacking centre midfielder. Samal ball winning midfielder. Sahin deep line playmaker. Paye is playing attacking midfielder. Young striker Isika is playing defensive forward. In for the injured Johansson. And Gomes is up front as the advanced forward. And I've just realised that Doria should be where Rekic is, so I'll change that when the game starts. Nice's main man, obviously, why always him, but Mario Balotelli up front. And Nice. Pereira with the throw into Balotelli. He's past his man, gets a... Oh, and that is terrible goalkeeping. Fierce shot by Balotelli, but the goalkeeper's got to do better than... Good control by Balotelli. Beat his man easily. It's a thunderbolt of a shot, but Pele's got to do much better there. It's decent football. Can we carve an opening? Here's Paye. Tight angle. Oh, and it's cleared away. Sahin. Oh, and it's in. That was terrible goalkeeping by Cardinella. Sahin gets his first goal for the club. Paye, it was a dangerous ball in. It was cleared away. Sahin, no deflections there, I don't think. Keeper just weak hands. Samal picks it up. Paye, good ball for Gomes. Gomes is in. Open goal. Oh, the angle was tight, but he could have done better there. So we go in at 1-1. I'm going to tell him this game's still winnable. Balotelli dropping deep. Pereira, though. That was a good ball by Balotelli. Pereira's in. Oh, and Balotelli's completely unmarked. A good run by Pereira. Rekic was too weak there. He was all out of position. He should have been where Balotelli was, but he'd been pulled out of position because the fullback's been beaten too easily. And that is 2-1 to Nice. We get back into this game. I've gone to attacking. And we're pushing forward now. Here's Falvin. This is out. Oh, get the ball out wide. That's a good ball by Sanson, though. Get the cross in. Sarkin. And Isika, yes! I'd moved him into the advanced forward role, and it pays off. And he gets his first goal of the season. That's an excellent ball by Sanson. Sake, dangerous cross in, low to the near post, and Isika's in exactly the right place to put that home. And now, 5 minutes remaining, we're going to go back to control. And I'm just going to tell the boys just to concentrate now. Don't like this highlight straight from kick-off, if I'm honest. Cyprian into Balotelli. Oh, and that's a brilliant ball. And he's going to... Oh, and that's a terrible miss. That is even worse than Gomes in the first half. At least Gomes, the angle was tight. That should have been buried. Couple of minutes left. Here's Sake. Into Sanson. To Sahin. Here's Paye. Good ball over the top. Isika, can he get his second? Oh, and he does, yes! Come on! We've been behind twice in the game, and we finally take the lead 3-2, and there's a minute and a half of the game left. What a ball by Paye. And Isika, really cool finish from the young man. Some very tired legs out there. There's a couple of minutes left. Contain. Just need to defend this now. Cyprian. Oh, it's bouncing around. Sarr hammers it forwards. No, this is a chance. Oh, and he puts it well wide. That's got to be that. That is. Great result by the boys there. really pulled it out of the fire. That's took us to the top of the league, 10 points. We actually managed 5 shots on target in the second half. We only had 1 in the first half, and that was that tame shot for Sahin's goal. Nice, they look pretty dangerous. Balotelli was the real danger man for them, and that is what we lack in this club. But we've got Payet, but we really lack that top quality striker that the teams like PSG have got, Lyonnais have got with Lacazette and Balotelli at Nice as well. But hopefully over time we can get that kind of player into us. Probably not Balotelli though. So we've got a tricky game next against Olympique Lyonnais, another rival team. But I think probably we're going to have to come back for the Classique against PSG on the 22nd of October. Hopefully we'll still be in good form then. Maybe even still be top of the league, you don't know. Could be a top of the table clash. So if you've enjoyed this first episode, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you want to see more from the series. Check out some of my other videos on the channel as well. I'm Filled with Fox FM. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.